ఫర్ గ్లాస్. ఇక్కడ గ్లాస్ ఆర్ట్ ఎక్కువ ఉంది. డిఫరెంట్ షేప్స్ ఆఫ్ గ్లాస్ ఆర్ట్. ఇది గ్లాస్ ఆర్ట్ ప్రిపేర్ చేసే ఫ్యాక్టరీ. ఫర్నెస్లు అలా టెంపరేచర్ మెయింటైన్ చేసే ఉన్నాయి. వాల్ క్లాక్స్ కుకో వాచెస్.
Tell you more about the Cockoo clocks and how they are made. First, I will start by showing you a replica of the first clock made here in 1640. It's a very simple one made completely out of wood. Then inside there are 3 wooden wheels as a mechanism. Now here's stone for a weight, which we have to wind up at least 2 times every day. And as you can see, this one has only 1 hand, so sometimes they had to do a little guessing with the time. So can you tell me what time is it showing now? In 20, they started to make clocks with face known as shield clock, and now they have 2 metal weights, pendulum and 2 hands, so they're more accurate. And inside, metal mechanisms which are made out of brass and stainless steel. But what is important here is that for the first time we have a cuckoo coming out. And the cuckoo comes out 1 time on every half hour, but on the hour he counts the time. So 5 o'clock 5 times, 6 o'clock 6 times, and so on. Basically he tells you the time. And then here we have a special shield clock. You can see on the top this poor guy working in his workshop. And behind him, there's a lady standing. Guess what? She's got something like this in her hands. Our first step is to choose the wood. And this is known as lime wood. Some call it glasswood also. It's a very soft wood, ideal for carving, which has to be dried for about 4 years. Once it's dry, we take a stencil, place it onto the front, and spray the shapes which we have to cut out. And these shapes are cut out using a saw, and it's the only part of clockmaking where machines are used. Everything else is done by hand. Once they're cut out, we have something like this, and then we can start to carve. And carvings are done by local people here in the Black Forest, mostly during winter, to earn some extra money, and they're using about 40 different tools and chisels, similar to the ones you see here. And each person will carve only 1 part. For example, 1 person will carve just this frame, then the other one, top decoration. At the end, when everything is done, they are all sent to the assembly point, where they fit it onto this basic house of the clock. So we have a frame, like this, then on the top decoration. And this is how a front face of a small Cockoo clock looks like. They are all powered by the gravity of the weights. And this one here is called 1-day mechanism. We also call it daily mechanism, so it means you have to wind it up at least 1 time every day. And it's powered by 2 smaller weights, like this one here. An 8-day mechanism, also known as a weekly one, so you have to wind it up once a week. And the weekly one is now powered by 2 bigger weights, like this one. So now you maybe notice difference between the 2 in the middle and the 2 at the edges is this additional part here on the top. Does anyone know what is this for?
Playing just like
dancing. Very good. This is where you have people dancing here on the top. Yeah? So it's a weekly and daily mechanism, but for clocks with music. And they also have additional part inside, which is a music box. And this is the only part which is not made here in Germany. These are made in Switzerland. I'm gonna play it now for you, but it's not so loud. Do you know why you can't hear it? It's made in Switzerland, that's why you can't hear it. If you put it here into the wood.
Now we can hear.
Now you can hear, right?
Yes.
Now it's made in Germany. We use wood as an amplifier, so it vibrates, resonates the sound, and that's why it's not much louder. Very simple. The most interesting part is how do we get a cuckoo sound, and it's with these bellows. Inside each clock there are 2 of them, and they have different tones. So we have this one, and this one. And when you put them together, we have a cuckoo sound. Medium ones for medium clocks. For bigger clocks we have bigger bellows, and they have deeper sound. Also some small ones, which we call baby cuckoo. But also, each clock has a switch on the side, so you can turn off Cockoo music, for example, at night when you sleep, so it doesn't wake you up. While nowadays we have battery power clocks, and they have quartz mechanism inside, which we don't have to wind up at all. You'll recognize them by looking at the weights, because they have weights which are made out of wood or plastic, so they're very light. While the mechanical ones have weights made out of cast iron, and those you have to wind up like this by pulling these chains up until the weights get it in the shop. And they all have 2 years international warranty. We have service centers all over the world. In India, we have 2 of them, Mumbai and Bangalore. And also because our prices can include European VAT. So for each purchase above 50 euros, you will get a tax check. And on the last European airport, you can claim around 8 to 10% of the money back. If you decide to ship, then we do the tax refund right here. And in that case, it's 13.5%. But then you have to pay for shipping charges, which are 69 euros. That'll be all from me. Thank you very much for your attention. Enjoy your life.
Different advancement of technology ni explain చేసి కుకూ స్వాచ్ మాధవి గారు కొన్నారు 295 euros. వరగాల వర్షం పడుతుంది చూడండి.